It doesn't take much to level up in life, and no anime shows this better than solo leveling. You've got the main character depicted as one of the weakest people in the series, with other people making fun of him and just not taking him seriously. But what makes solo leveling so lit is that he doesn't stay that way. He starts improving, and suddenly, the same people that were ignoring him are now fans, and some are even scared of him. And that's the whole point of this video, because in real life, leveling up doesn't require talent or some perfect plan. It just takes small movements stacked over time and a mindset shift. Solo leveling starts with Jinwoo.
What did he say?
Hell no, man.
An E rank hunter, which is the weakest of them all. Humans that have awoken as a hunter are assigned their rank from E to S. The higher the rank, the stronger they are. Once this rank is assigned though, you're basically stuck with this rank. And I like this because it's very reflective of how some people view their own life. Instead of rank, we can call it our circumstance. Some people are born into wealthy families or middle class families. We can call this S rank to C rank. Whereas other people are born into broke, poorer families, D rank and below. And like in solo leveling, many people in real life believe that they are stuck where they are because their circumstances was assigned at birth. In solo leveling, the only way to change your rank is through a rare phenomenon called a reawakening. And of course, this happens to our main character, Jinwoo. He goes from being one of the weakest characters to an S rank. In fact, he's even stronger than an S rank. If S rank was a millionaire, he'd be a billionaire in real life. He gets this strong because he's helped by something in the anime called a system. And today we're going to use that very same system to talk about how you can level up. The first thing the system makes Jinwoo do is work on his physicality. He has to do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and run 10 kilometers daily, or else there's a penalty. And in his case, most likely a life-threatening penalty. Now, while in most cases, hopefully, there's no life-threatening penalty for you, I'd recommend you do start with improving your physicals, because a lot of people underestimate how beneficial it can be. It makes all the difference. Strength training gives you the power to push through your obstacles, while cardio gives you the stamina to keep going when things get tough. Together, they help you unlock your full potential, and not just physically, but mentally. Every rep, every mile, every drop of sweat is a step towards leveling up your health, your confidence, and your ability to win life's battles. When you see yourself lifting heavy weight or pushing through challenging sets, you realize how capable you actually are. And that sense of accomplishment carries over into other areas of your life, work, relationships, and even mental challenges. Cardio, on the other hand, is your endurance engine. Whether you're running, cycling, or even walking briskly, cardio builds your heart and lung capacity and gives you the energy to keep going, to grind longer, and to recover faster. And beyond just burning calories, cardio sharpens your mind. It's been proven to reduce stress, improve focus, and even boost creativity. You can think of it as the key to staying in the game for the long haul. So the more consistent you are with exercise, the more you'll level up. And not just in the gym, but with everything that you do. Next, in solo leveling, the system forces Jinwoo to face quests that seem impossibly dangerous, like missions way beyond his level. These aren't just fights, they're life or death battles designed to break his limits and force him to evolve. Now, while most of us aren't being sent on life-threatening quests, we still have something just as dangerous in our lives, and that's the trap of comfort. Comfort is one of the greatest downfalls of modern life. It's subtle, insidious, and all too easy to fall into. And this is something I've been battling with myself. Like, on the surface, my life is good. I have a roof over my head. I can eat almost anything that I want with just a few taps on my phone. I can binge watch any movie without even leaving my couch. And I can keep up with my friends without even moving. Like, everything is easy, accessible, and comfortable. But the catch is when life is too comfortable, it's easy to become stagnant. And that's the problem, because deep down, I want more. I'm not satisfied with where I am currently, and I know that I, just like all of you, have the potential to grow. But the reality is that growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. It happens when we step into the unknown, when we put ourselves in situations that challenge us, and sometimes even scare us. So we need to create our own system quests. We need to intentionally step out of our comfort zone and disrupt the patterns that make us complacent. For some of you, this might be setting a big, ambitious goal. For others, it might be starting small, like having random conversations with strangers, trying out a new hobby, or trying to wake up earlier than you normally do to be a bit more productive. Growth demands discomfort. It's the hard conversations, the early mornings, the disciplined routines, the moments where you feel completely out of your depths. But just like our main character, Jinwoo, every time you push through those challenges, you level up. Now, Jinwoo may have had the system guiding him, but he never just sat back and relied on it. From the very jump, he was relentless. grinding through dungeon after dungeon, pushing himself every single day, even to the point where he was known as one of the most injured hunters because he was on the weaker side. But that didn't stop him. Even though he was still weak, he didn't wait for power to come to him. He went after it. Even when he was first introduced to the system, he was still doing around 4 to 5 C rank dungeons daily to improve his skills, his endurance, and his experience until he was strong enough to take on even greater challenges. He understood one simple truth, and that was the system was a tool, but it was his effort that would determine how far he would go. And that's exactly the mindset that we need to adopt in real life. We don't have a system out here giving us stat boosts. What we do have is time, and how we use our time makes all the difference. Instead of scrolling through social media, watching other people live their lives, what if you use that time to build yourself up? What if you dedicated just a little time each day to learning a new skill, a new language, or even strengthening the relationships with people that can actually elevate you? Just like Jinwoo, the stronger we become, the more opportunities we create. The more we develop, the more doors that open for us. And the difference between someone who levels up and someone who stays the same isn't luck, it's about effort. So you don't actually need the system to get stronger, you just need the mindset to take action. The last and maybe the most important thing we can learn from Jinwoo is the power of having a sense of urgency. For Jinwoo, it wasn't just about getting stronger for the sake of it. He had a mission. His mom was in a coma-like state from a disease and getting weaker, so every second counted. He needed money to pay for her care and also to take care of his little sister. So when the system came into his life, he didn't waste any time. He threw himself into the grind, fighting to level up as quickly as possible so he can collect the rare items needed to create a healing potion, because without it, his mom wouldn't survive. That sense of urgency wasn't optional, it was life or death. For so many of us, that sense of urgency is missing, myself included. When life is comfortable, it's easy to put things off, to tell yourself that there's always tomorrow. But the truth is, time is slipping through your fingers every single day. Comfort makes us complacent, and without a strong reason to push us forward, we stay stuck. That's why, just like Jinwoo had his mom's life on the line, we need to create our own sense of urgency. This doesn't mean you need a life or death situation, but you need something that lights a fire underneath you. Maybe it's the desire to give your mom a stress-free life before she gets older. Maybe it's wanting to create opportunities for your loved ones or your siblings. Or maybe it's just for you, setting a hard deadline to achieve a goal that means a lot to you. People will tell you all the time, oh, you're young, enjoy life, don't pressure yourself. But here's the real truth. Pressure makes diamonds. Without that urgency, there's slow progress. And without the pressure, there's no growth. And unlike in solo leveling, where only a few characters gets to reawaken or be born as an S rank hunter, in real life, we all have the potential to reach S rank, no matter what rank we're born as. We all have the potential to become diamonds and rise above our circumstances. We can all truly level up.